Good morning. Our today's lesson is departmentation. On completion of this period, you would be able to explain the basis for departmentation and explain the various departments and their functions in a modern office. In the previous lesson, we have discussed about the qualifications of office manager, the functions of office manager, the qualifications of office manager, the meaning of departmentation, the need for departmentation, and know the various departments and functions of different departments. Basis of departmentation. Already we have discussed in the previous lesson. Department is nothing but the division of services into different departments basing on the size of the organization and functions of the organization. If it is a smaller organization, all the clerical works are done at one place in a single room. And if it is a large organization, it is not possible to conduct all the office works at one place. So, depending on the size of the office, functions of the office, it is divided into different departments. And every department will have an office manager and the subordinates or employees who works under the office manager. Basis of departmentation. Departmentation can be done on the basis of the following factors. The first one is geographical basis. Next, product line basis. Enterprise function basis. If we take the geographical basis, departmentation may be done with reference to the geographical area of the operations of the enterprise. Example, a large chemical manufacturing company doing business in all the states of India may have separate departments for the state. If the organization is having the operations in different states of the country, it may have different departments in each state. Sometimes, if it is a large state, there may be 2 or 3 departments also in one state, depending on the size of the state and the functions of the organization. Next, product line basis, where the enterprise is producing a number of goods, it may go for departmentation on the basis of products. Example, a company producing and dealing with chemicals, pharmaceuticals, plastics, and fertilizers, etc., may have 4 different departments, each dealing with one product. That means, if the organization is producing different kinds of products, they cannot mingle all these products into one. So they will have the different departments depending on the production of the goods or products. They may have the departments at different places depending on the size of the organization and quantity and response of the products. Next, it will enable the enterprise to obtain advantage of specialized product knowledge of the staff, and it is easy to ascertain separately the volume of a business and other particulars relating to each product. When the organization is divided into different departments basing on the product line basis, there is an advantage of specialization of the product by the staff or employees of that particular organization. If they will go on producing the same products for years together, they will be specialized and gain special knowledge and extra knowledge also in producing the goods, and they will learn the different techniques for production of the goods in the concerned department. And when the departmentation is done on the product line basis, it is very easy to ascertain separately the volume of business and other particulars relating to each product. That means the management may come to conclusion or know where the business is running in different departments, and they can assess in every department the quantity of the goods produced. and the particulars of the goods. If any shortfall of producing of goods in a particular department, they will suggest the remedies for the improvement of the products in that department. The next one is functional basis. Under this, the department takes place in accordance with the functions of the enterprise. Most of the business enterprises prefer to segregate their departments on the basis of the major activities or functions of the enterprises. Generally, if it is a big organization, the departmentation will be done on the basis of the functions which are undertaken by the department. And the activities of the particular department, the departmentation is done. And the functions may be of production, purchases, sales, accounts, personnel, etc. The matter relating to each function is dealt with a separate department. If it is a big organization, it is a must and should to divide the departments into different types. For example, production department, purchases department, sales department, personnel department, and so on. And each department will function on the guidelines given by the management for the smooth running of the organization. And when the departmentation is done on the basis of the geographical, functional, etc., we can have different departments in an organization. It is not necessary that every organization should have the same number of departments. And the following are the some common important departments in a modern office. There is no hard and fast rule to have same number of departments in every organization. Depending on the size of the organization and the business of the organization, every organization will have the departments which are necessary for their organizations. Generally, the following departments we can see in the organizations, like purchase department, sales department, cash department, accounts department, advertisement department, production department, personnel department, filing department, correspondence department. First, if we take The purchases department is concerned with the purchase of different types of assets and all other consumable items of the organization. It is the duty of the purchase department to purchase the items of consumable or non-consumable, whatever they may be, needed by the organizations. First, they will take the information from different departments to purchase the assets or items, whether they may be consumable or non-consumable. And after taking the intent from different departments, they will consolidate the same and prepare the same in order of items. Then submit the same to the management for the approval. After getting the file from the purchase department, the management will convene a meeting and they will discuss about the items to be purchased, and if all the items are required, they will give the approval in toto. But sometimes if they feel that some of the items are not necessary, then they will approve by rejecting some of the items which are not urgently necessary or not at all necessary. So it is the duty of the purchase department to get the approval from the management. After getting the approval from the management, they will purchase the items. Sometimes if it is a small one, directly they will purchase by taking quotations from the wholesalers or different organizations. If it is a big one, then they will call for the tenders and consolidate them, and they will open the tenders on the day specified by them before the tenderers or in the presence of tenderers, and the lowest bidder will be given the order to supply the items, whether they may be consumable or non-consumable. If this process is done, definitely the organization will get some profit with the tender notification. The functions are: it ascertains the needs of various departments and purchases accordingly. The purchase department will identify the necessity of the items which are needed by different departments and purchase them as per their need or necessity. It has a constant touch with the different markets, obtains quotations, and place the orders. Definitely, it is the duty of the purchase department to get in touch with the different suppliers and obtain quotations and place the orders. The lowest quotation will be given orders generally. It receives invoices, bills, and verifies and certifies for payment. After receiving the goods or supplied the goods by the suppliers, the purchase department will receive the invoices and bills, and they will verify whether the goods or items received as per their orders and they are noted in the invoices or bills correctly and rates are correct or not. After due verification, they will certify for the payment of the bills for the goods supplied by the suppliers. And it will make necessary entries in the concerned stock registers. Definitely, after receiving the items, there must be entries in the stock registers of receiving the goods, and the stock register contains serial number, date of purchase, particulars of the items with specifications, quantity of the items, name of the supplier, rate for each item, and total amount. The entries must be made in the stock registers and take the signature of the concerned authorities. Next, sales department. The department is concerned with the sales of the products of the organization. This is the most important department. The success of any organization depends on the success of the department. Definitely, in every organization, items are produced and supplied to the wholesalers or dealers or distributors, and sometimes directly to the customers also. But it is the duty of the sales department to get the sales abundantly by the wholesalers or distributors or individuals. For this, they have to plan for selling the goods produced by that particular organization. And for that, some functions are there for the sales department. It appoints sales representatives and canvas to increase sales. Definitely, nowadays, we see in the market different types of representatives for selling their goods. They approach the shops and explain them about their goods and convince them to purchase the goods. And nowadays, without the sales representatives or sales agents, it is very difficult to sell the goods by the organization which are produced by them. It collects the orders from the customers, and the sales representatives who are appointed will collect the orders from the customers or shops and submit the same to the sales department. After receiving the orders, the sales department will arrange for the dispatch of the goods to customers as per their order. It is very, very important function. The goods must be arranged or within the stipulated time or within the time, so that next time the customers will place the order with you. Otherwise, they will not order in future if you dispatch the goods lately, because it is a competitive world. It assesses the competition of the market. The sales department now and then assess the competition in the market and take necessary steps for selling their goods in the market. It searches for the new and profitable markets for the products. Definitely, with the help of the sales representatives, the sales department will search for the new markets also to sell their goods, so that the organization will get big orders and get the profits. It organizes advertisement campaigns to promote sales. Nowadays, we watch in the televisions and in the market with some pamphlets or posters, all wall writings, all in newspapers also. We can see the advertisements and campaigns of different organizations or companies to promote their sales. It is a must, because in the competitive world nowadays we cannot sell our goods without proper advertisements, and it provides after sales service. It is also the duty of the sales department, after dispatching the goods, supplying the goods, if any shortcoming or breakage or non-function, whatever it may be, if any complaint is received from the customers, it is the duty of the sales department to attend the same immediately, directly by sales department or by the agents which are appointed by the sales department in different towns or places. It makes policies relating price concessions and discounts. In the competitive world, it is also necessary for giving some concessions and discounts for their goods, especially in the seasons of festivals, and different companies will attract the customers with different discounts. So each and every organization must have the sales department, and it is the duty of the sales department to get price concession and discounts to the customers depending on the market conditions, and it answers the complaints of customers regarding the products. Definitely, it is the duty of the sales department to attend or answer all the complaints which are received by the department from the customers. If they do not reply or answer to the complaints received from the customers, in future they will not come forward to purchase the products of that particular organization. And it also advises the top management about sales policies. Definitely, it is the duty of the sales department to advise the management how best they can increase the sales of their products. For this, they will prepare some policies and submit before the management for taking the final decision. Summary. So far, we have discussed about the basis for departmentation and the various departments and their functions in a modern office. Departmentation is nothing but division of the services into different sections or departments depending on the size of the organization and functions of the organization. Generally, the basis for departmentation is geographical conditions and product line basis and functions of the organization. Depending on this, the departmentation will be done. If it is a big organization, it cannot run the office without dividing the services into different departments. Therefore, it is necessary for dividing the services of office into different departments for the effective running of the organization. And in a modern office, different departments will be there, and it is not compulsory to have all types of departments in each and every organization. Depending on the size of the organization, area of the organization, functions of the organization, The department may vary from one organization to another. Generally, the departments are in an organization: production department, sales department, advertising department, accounts department, cash department, personal department, mailing department, and etc. And in this lesson, we have discussed about the purchase department and sales department. First, if we take the purchase department, it is the duty of the purchases department to assess the needs or necessity of the different sections, and they will make note of those items and get a note from the needed section, and they will consolidate the same and prepare a list of items. And after getting the preparation of the consolidated form, it will be sent to the management for the approval. The items may be of consumable items or non-consumable items. And after receiving the proposal from the purchases department, the management will conduct a meeting and discuss in the meeting about the necessity of the items, need of the items, and they will give the approval for the purchase of the goods or items which are necessary. Sometimes they will give the approval in toto, and sometimes after discussion they will reject some of the items or some numbers in the different items and give the approval for the remaining items. After receiving the approval from the management, it is the duty of the purchases department to get the quotations from different suppliers. And if the items are big in quantity, or if the equipment machinery is there, they have to call for tenders. After receiving the tenders from the suppliers, they will open the tenders before the or in the presence of the tenderers. The lowest quoted tender will be the successful bidder, and the order will be given to that particular tenderer or supplier. Generally, there must be 3 tender forms for getting the tenders approved. If less than 3 tenders are received, then the department will again go for fresh notification of tender notice. After the finalization of the tender process, the order will be placed to the supplier who is a lowest bidder. And after getting the goods from the supplier, they will check the items or goods as per the invoices and bills, whether the goods received are as per the order which is given by the department, and the rates are quoted in their tender, and other rules and regulations followed or not. If all the conditions are fulfilled, they will certify it and send to the cash department for payment of the bills. Next, we have discussed also about the sales department. In the competitive world nowadays, it is difficult to sell the goods directly to customers. So the sales department must appoint the sales representatives to advertise or to campaign about their goods to the customers and get the orders from the customers through the sales representatives. After receiving the orders, the sales department must arrange to supply the goods to the customers immediately, because every customer will be in hope that they will receive the goods at an early date. If you do not supply the goods in time, there may be a danger of rejecting the goods which are supplied by you, and in future they will not give any order to your organization. Therefore, it is the duty of the sales department to dispatch the goods immediately after receiving the orders from the sales representatives, or sometimes they may receive the orders directly from the customers also. And after supplying the goods, it is the duty of the sales department after sales service. If any complaint is received, any inconvenience faced by the customer, it is the duty of the sales department to attend for the complaint immediately. If they do not attend the complaint immediately, they will forego the belief by the customer in the organization. So they must attend the complaint immediately. Here is a quiz. The departmentation of the office depends on the size of business operations, the policy of the management, both A and B, none. The correct answer is both A and B. Second one, under the product line basis, the departmentation is done on the basis of area, products, functions, none. The correct answer is products. An enterprise can make the departmentation on the basis of products, area, functions, all the above. The answer is all the above. The departmentation can be done on the basis of geographical basis, product line basis, enterprise function basis, all the above. The answer is all the above. Next, the main function of purchases department is to purchase assets, to purchase stationery, to purchase raw materials, all the above. The answer is all the above. Next one, which department places the orders for goods? Sales department, purchases department, cash department, personnel department. The answer is purchases department. Next one, which department arranges the dispatch of goods to customers? Purchases department, sales department, cash department, none of the above. The answer is sales department. Next, which of the following is a function of sales department? Searches for the new markets, collection of orders, after sales service, all the above. The answer is all the above. Here is an assignment. Number 1, what are the departments in an office and write their functions. And the second one is visit an office and interact with the office manager and elicit the information regarding various sections in the office and their functions. Next, frequently asked questions are: number 1, what do you understand by geographical basis departmentation? Second one is, what do you understand by product line basis departmentation? And the third one is, what do you understand by functional basis departmentation? Thank you.